There is no escape for you except by a radical psychological transformation of yourself, except by your assumption of the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Therefore, make results or accomplishments the crucial test of your ability to use your imagination. Have you ever wondered why it feels like your dream life is always just out of reach? There is no escape for you except by a radical psychological transformation of yourself. At first this sounds like something completely out of reach, but my friends, it is not. The truth remains, your life will change the moment you dare to the feeling of your wish already fulfilled. This is not to say you just daydream about it, but feel it, live it, breathe it, even if it's only in your mind at first. Ask yourself, from whom are you asking and waiting for permission to be happy, to be successful, to love your life? That's the trap. The real test lies not just in thinking positive thoughts. It's making your results, the new you, the new life, what you actually do and achieve, your proof that you're using your imagination. So starting today, act as if your dream life is already yours. Walk differently. Speak differently. Make decisions from the embodiment of your future self. If you can feel it, you can become it. Your imagination is not just a playground, it is the beginning. Try it. Should you persist, should you believe, you will indeed be shocked at how quickly your life starts to shift. I tell you now, as I have always told those who seek, there is no way out of your present limitations save through a complete inner transformation. This transformation cannot come by rearranging your outer world. No amount of action, effort, or manipulation of circumstance can substitute for the one essential change: the assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is this inner act of consciousness, this sacred assumption, that is the key. You see, awareness is the only reality. What you are conscious of being is what you will experience. If you are aware of being poor, unloved, or sick, no external action can rescue you. You will simply rearrange your circumstances to mirror that internal belief. But if you will dare to assume, just assume, that you are what you long to be, if you will clothe yourself in the feeling of that fulfilled desire, then your world must conform. You ask, how can that be, I say to you? Because your imagination is God in action. Your consciousness is the only reality, and your assumption is the creative act. The world is not separate from you. It is yourself pushed out. So I urge you, stop trying to escape by changing others, pleading with the heavens, or exhausting yourself in futile effort. The only true escape is inward, into the stillness of your being, where you take upon yourself the mood, the sensation, the full emotional conviction that you are already what you desire to be. That assumption, faithfully lived, must externalize as fact. Be bold, be deliberate, feel it now, and let your results be your teacher, for results are always the echo of your state of consciousness. There is no deception in the law. You are free when you assume your freedom. You are wealthy when you assume wealth. You are loved when you assume the feeling of love. It begins and ends with you. Everything begins with awareness. Let me repeat that. For it is the cornerstone of all manifestation. Consciousness is the only reality. What you are conscious of being, you become. What you claim inwardly, the world must confirm outwardly. Now, this is no idle philosophy or fanciful dream. It is law, immutable and eternal. The world you behold with your senses is but a shadow, a mirror of your inner state. When you truly grasp that your consciousness determines your experience, You will stop looking to the world for proof and begin creating from within. I once knew a man who longed for financial abundance. He worked hard, chased opportunities, and yet remained in lack. When I told him to cease striving and simply assume that he was already wealthy, he resisted. "But how can I feel rich when my bills are unpaid?" he cried. And I said, "You feel it by turning your attention away from appearances and dwelling in the unseen reality of your fulfilled desire." He did as I instructed. Night after night, he fell asleep, imagining that he had more than enough, that his bank account overflowed, and his needs were effortlessly met. He lived in that state. And what do you suppose happened? Within weeks, his world reshaped itself. An unexpected inheritance, a promotion, and opportunities beyond what his rational mind could conceive began to pour in. You see, the outer world is a delayed reflection of your inner state. If you seek change, do not waste your time battling shadows. Turn instead to the source, your own awareness. Revise it. Elevate it. Dare to assume what your senses deny. And then rest in the knowing that it is done. The power of awareness is the power to choose your state deliberately. No one else can do it for you. You are the operant power. The law responds to your assumption, not your words, not your begging, and certainly not your fears. Only your felt belief creates. So dwell in the end. Live from the state of your wish fulfilled. Do not seek it, be it. The moment you feel it real, the law goes to work invisibly, irresistibly, and infallibly. Your consciousness, your assumption is your destiny. To live in the end means to live from the state of your wish fulfilled. Not toward it, not around it, but from it. This is the essential shift. You must abandon the old state, the state of wanting, and move fully into the state of having. If you say, "I want to be loved," you are affirming that you are not loved, and so the law must reflect that lack. But if you say, "I am deeply loved," and feel that truth, then you have stepped into the end, and the law will confirm your assumption. This is not wishful thinking. This is the disciplined use of imagination. The world calls it fantasy. I call it faith. The world says, "Be realistic." But I say, reality is shaped by your inner conviction. Now, how do you live in the end? You begin by asking yourself, if it were already true, how would I feel? How would I act? How would I walk, talk, dress, breathe? Then begin to live from those answers. Carry yourself as the one who already possesses the thing you desire. You must feel the naturalness of it. If it feels unnatural, then it is not yet yours in consciousness. But the more you dwell in it, the more familiar it becomes, until one day the outer world must yield and that inner state takes form. Living in the end does not mean forcing or pretending. It means selecting a new state of being and remaining faithful to it. If you persist, no matter how contradictory your current world appears, you will be met with a change. This I promise you. I have seen it work in the lives of thousands. I have seen men and women change jobs, heal their body, reunite with lost loves, all by living in the end. They did not beg or struggle. They assumed, they believed. And the law responded as it always does. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for signs. Assume the end now, and let the world catch up. I say unto you, persistence is the difference between a fleeting wish and a manifested reality. Anyone can imagine for a moment. Anyone can feel something once. But the one who persists, who holds fast to the assumption of the wish, fulfilled even in the face of contradiction, this is the one who masters creation. The outer world will often scream the opposite of your assumption. It will tempt you back into the old state of doubt, of lack, of limitation. But I say, resist the urge to look outward. The senses are deceptive. They report only the past, what you once believed to be true. Your job is not to react to appearances. Your job is to persist in the assumption, no matter how long it takes. If you feel defeated, reaffirm your end. If you feel fear, return to the state of your fulfilled desire. This is the great discipline of spiritual creation, to hold the state even when all evidence denies it. I have known people who persisted for weeks, months, even years. And when their desires came to pass, it was always in such a natural, perfect manner that they would say, "Of course it happened. It had to." So I urge you, remain loyal to your assumption. Let it become your dwelling place. When doubts arise, say to yourself, "It is already done." Do not ask how. Simply be still and know you are not here to beg the universe. You are here to command it, lovingly, faithfully. By the assumption you hold, persist and you will prevail. For the law cannot fail, and your consciousness is always creating. There is a divine law that few understand, and yet it is the cornerstone of this teaching. It is called the Law of Reversibility. It means simply this: if a physical effect can produce a psychological state, then a psychological state can produce a physical effect. If joy can cause laughter, then laughter can cause joy. If success can cause confidence, then confidence can cause success. So, rather than wait for the world to give you the feeling, create the feeling now and let the world reflect it. The law of reversibility means that cause and effect are not one-way streets. Your inner world and outer world are in constant correspondence. Change the inside, and the outside must change to match it. So how do you use this law? Begin to feel now what you would feel if your desire were already a fact. Live in the mood of the fulfilled wish. Do not wait for money to feel secure. Feel secure now and let money come. Do not wait for love to feel whole. Feel whole now and love must appear. This is not a trick. It is law. Your feeling is the cause. The world is the effect. Reverse the direction and you become master of your reality. In every moment ask, what would I feel if it were true? Then enter that state. Let it color your words, your posture, your attitude. Let it become your dwelling place. And watch as life transforms before your eyes. Faith, as I teach it, is not passive. It is not belief without evidence. It is loyalty to the unseen reality you have claimed as yours. Faith is vision, not sight. It sees beyond the facts of the present into the truth of the desire. When you assume the wish, fulfilled and dwell in that state, you are practicing faith. When you refuse to be shaken by appearances, you are honoring the unseen. And when you persist in your assumption, even as the world seems unchanged, you are demonstrating true mastery. I have often said faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It is not blind, it is bold, it is daring, it is trust in the reality of your imagination, which is God in action. You may not see it yet, but it is already so. The seed is planted, the harvest is certain. Time is only the gestation of the invisible becoming visible. So do not worry if nothing changes today. Do not despair if the phone doesn't ring or the door doesn't open. Your job is to remain faithful, to live, breathe, and walk as though it is already yours. And in time, your world will rearrange itself to match your inner conviction. Faith is not hoping. Faith is knowing. Faith is the quiet certainty that your assumption is fact because you felt it real. This is the core of my teaching, and I declare it without apology. Imagination creates reality. Not wishful thinking, not idle fantasy, but the disciplined, vivid use of imagination as reality itself. All that you behold, your relationships, your job, your health, your bank account, was first imagined, whether consciously or unconsciously. Your world is your imagination objectified. Now, if this is true, and it is, then you are not a victim. You are a creator. And you can begin right now to reshape your world by revising your assumptions and imagining the life you desire. You need no external permission, no mystical power from without. Your imagination is God. It is the creative power in you. When you imagine a scene and feel it to be real, you are giving it life. When you dwell in that scene, when you return to it again and again, you are fertilizing the seed. Eventually, the outer world must conform. It has no choice. It is clay in the hands of your assumption. So imagine lovingly, imagine wisely. Let every mental picture be one that blesses, heals, and uplifts. Let your imagination be your workshop, your sanctuary, your temple, and above all, believe in the reality of the unseen. One of the most powerful tools you possess is the power of revision, the ability to change past experiences by imagining them differently. You may say, but the past is fixed. I say no, it is only fixed if you believe it so. The past lives only in memory, and memory lives in imagination. Therefore, by revising the past in your imagination, you transform its influence on your present and future. If something painful occurred, if someone wronged you, if you failed, if you were hurt, you do not need to carry that wound. You can go back in your mind's eye and see it unfold differently. Imagine the words you wish had been spoken. Feel the resolution you wish had occurred, and persist in that new memory. Your subconscious does not distinguish between what actually happened and what is vividly imagined. It responds only to feeling. So when you revise the past, you change the emotional blueprint that governs your current state. I have done this many times, seen people heal relationships, overcome trauma, erase guilt, simply by changing the story they tell themselves about the past. Do not let the past dictate your present. Take authority over it. Rewrite it. And know that as you revise it, you release its hold and open yourself to a new future. Let me leave you with this truth. You are the operant power. There is no power outside of your consciousness. No deity above you. No force against you. There is only God in you, as your own wonderful human imagination. Stop waiting for signs. Stop begging the universe. Stop thinking someone else holds the key. The key is in your own mind, your own awareness, your own assumptions. The law is always working. It does not judge. It does not discriminate. It simply reflects the state you dwell in. So, if you want to change your life, do not fight the shadows. Change the state. You must become conscious of what you are imagining, what you are assuming, and what you are feeling. For these are the causes of your world. No one is to blame. No one is to credit. It is all you. But this is not a burden. It is a gift. It means you are free. Free to imagine anything. Free to become anything. Free to assume any identity. And watch the world conform. So, stand tall in this truth. Say to yourself, I am the operant power. I am the one who chooses. I am the one who assumes. And as I assume, so shall it be. So now I ask you not to struggle, but to surrender. Surrender to the truth that you are already what you desire to be. Walk in that feeling. Live in that state. Let your assumption become your identity. There is no escape except by a radical transformation of self. And that transformation begins not tomorrow, but now, with your assumption, your awareness, your inner conviction. Make your results the test. Let your life be the proof. For I tell you, imagination is not idle. It is divine. It is the path, the power, and the presence of God in you. Be still and assume. And what you assume, you shall become.